Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie Bueno, your local real estate agent here on the Emerald Coast. And in this video, we are going to talk about the 9 worst things when living in Gulf Breeze, Florida. Now, while Gulf Breeze has many wonderful aspects, it's important to know all sides when making a move. So don't you worry about it. I'm going to help you navigate this beautiful area and help make your home buying experience and the transition as smooth as possible. So let's get started. All right, number 1 is the hurricane risk. It is one of the downsides of living here in this area. We are on the Gulf Coast, so hurricanes can be a concern. But of course, we can help you prepare for those storms to come and just discuss strategies on how to prepare for that, whether you are going to stay in the area during a storm or if you're going to evacuate. We'll make sure that you have the tools that you need to be able to prepare for that. And it's really not just the Gulf Breeze area, of course. It's the entire state of Florida, or really anywhere located around the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic. However, a lot of people think that we are constantly taking direct hits and experiencing hurricanes every single year, which is not exactly the case. Now, hurricane season is June through November. So of course, we keep up with the weather channels and monitor the storms that may potentially come to the area. Of course, they're going to show what the projected paths are for storms that are out there, but the predictions can really just be all over the place. You'll see what looks like all those little spaghetti noodles showing which direction the storms may go. And most of the times you will see that Gulf Breeze would fall into one of the projected paths. But if it does end up turning into a major hurricane and does come to this area, then again, you will have more than enough time to prepare your next move, whether that's going to be getting all the supplies that you need to hunker down or getting all the supplies you need to evacuate. But either way, you don't need to panic as long as you have your emergency plan in place in advance. That way you and your family will know exactly what to do when that time comes. Second worst thing when living in Gulf Breeze is the humidity. Now, the Florida humidity is no secret. It can be intense, especially in the summertime, but we can share some tips on how to stay comfortable during that time. Now, in summer 2023, it was pretty intense as far as the heat and the humidity. I know I had some miserable days, and some people actually enjoyed the heat because they can't stand the wintertime or the colder months. So 90 to 100 degree weather was kind of their thing. Now, even when temperatures can be 80, 85, 90 degrees, the heat index can be up to 100 to 110 because of that humidity. So of course, if you are going to live in the area, especially if you are going to be working outdoors in that heat, you need to make sure that you are prepared for that. Just make sure you stay safe and have plenty of fluids to drink and dress appropriately and have other items that will help cool you down. And hopefully you'll be able to take frequent breaks so you don't overheat out there. And while I'm talking about all this heat, I may as well go into number 3 is talking about that summer heat. So the summers here can be quite scorching, so just be prepared. There are a lot of people that are just not accustomed to this type of weather out here because they are used to living up north for so long. Just like a couple years ago when the West Coast, especially in Seattle, because I visited Seattle during that time where they had that heat wave, where the temperatures were in 80s, 90s, and they were just not prepared for that. Seems like a lot of the residents up there in Washington State kind of went into a panic. There were a lot of fans and other cooling devices that just kind of flew off the shelves. They were sold out everywhere. So just know if you can't physically handle the heat, then you may need to consider areas where the temperature is a little bit cooler. Unless you plan on staying indoors most of the time, then you should be okay in the AC. Because that heat out here is no joke. There were times where I would let my dogs out at 5 o'clock in the morning and I am just out there sweating in my jammies. Or times where I check my mail and come back to the house with a sweat mustache. But I'm used to it. I have been in Florida for many years, so I know what to expect and I know how to prepare for it. And it's really funny during the summertime doing showings when people come in to look at property after property. I'm out there sweating, trying to hurry up and open these doors so we can get inside. The best part about that is that I am able to show a lot of condos on the beach as well. So we'll be able to catch some of that cool breeze coming off the Gulf. And we'll be able to show potential buyers that even though it is hot here, you can easily just cool off by walking just minutes to the beach. Now, number 4 on the list is the higher cost of living. Now, it's not extremely high or outrageous. However, the cost of living in the Gulf Breeze area is slightly higher than the national average, but we will be able to help you find properties that align with your budget. So before you even make the move here or start the process of finding a home, we narrow everything down as far as what your budget is, your price range, what you're able to spend monthly, just to make sure that you are comfortable and be able to live a comfortable living from the same way that you're used to, or if you are transitioning it to a different lifestyle, still make sure that you are financially comfortable and stable and don't end up in an ugly situation. Now, if you are coming from an area where the cost of living is just sky high, then moving to Gulf Breeze is going to be a piece of cake when it comes to readjusting your budget. But during the time that you start the process of relocating, we will look at the numbers. We're going to look at your average utility bills, the insurance, transportation, healthcare, groceries. We'll take a look at all that just to see what it is compared to what you're used to and make sure that your world is not going to come crumbling down when you move to Gulf Breeze. We would definitely hate for that to happen. Number 5 on the list is limited job opportunities. So employment options may be limited compared to larger urban areas. So if you are changing career fields or looking for a different job, then you want to make sure that you see what the Gulf Breeze area has to offer. If you're sticking with the same job, you're just changing locations, then you're good to go. However, those of you that are used to working, larger corporate jobs or in bigger industries, then you definitely need to do the research and take a look at the job opportunities in the Gulf Breeze area to see if you can find something that is still within your trade and within the pay scale that you're used to, which also makes me think about if you are changing jobs, but you plan on buying a home and you're financing, you need to make sure you talk with the lender first, because that could kind of change the chances of you being able to get pre-qualified or pre-approved for a mortgage loan if you are changing jobs. But if you are just transitioning from one location to the next, but you're staying with the same company or the same line of work, then most likely you'll be good to go. But again, just make sure you speak to a mortgage lender before you make any job changes or before you move forward with obtaining a mortgage and purchasing a home here. Now, job opportunities may be a little bit better if you are looking to work remotely. There are a lot of work from home opportunities, especially since COVID. So there are a lot more people working from home. So that's why there's a lot of people that are, looking for a home where they will be able to have comfortable office space or workspace, whether they have their own separate office or a cozy little corner in a bedroom or their living room, or maybe a Florida room, a bonus room to where they can set up an office space and work from home. So as far as work from home opportunities, there are customer service jobs, there's tech support, marketing, just all kinds of opportunities for you to work from home. Again, just make sure you do the research and make sure that you are able to find the right employment for you before making the big move. Number 6, as far as worst things in living in Gulf Breeze, is the limited public transportation. So if you're living in an area and you're used to the city buses or trains or trolleys, you're not going to see so much of that in the Gulf Breeze area. However, it looks like the Uber and Lyft drivers are making a killing out here on the Emerald Coast and everywhere else. So if you are in need of transportation, that shouldn't be a problem to find. And of course, we still have the old school method of just calling a taxi. But Gulf Breeze definitely is not big enough to have city transportation to get around. I do see a lot more people that are on electric scooters. So that really seems like a very cost-effective and energy-efficient way to get around town. So we see that along the beach all the time, where there's vacation rentals that are within minutes from the beach. So a lot of people will just pack a bag and hop on a scooter and ride out to the beach. And I do see a lot of people that are leaving work or going to work on their scooter. And some of these people actually do have vehicles, but they just opt to ride the scooter because it's convenient and fun. I have also recently purchased an electric scooter, and it makes it a lot more fun to go around and get video of the areas and just to be out and enjoy the Florida sun while cruising through the streets, exploring the area on behalf of our potential buyers that are looking to relocate here. So if you do come to the area and you happen to see me on a scooter, make sure you give me a holler and say hi, and feel free to jump in a video with me. And number 7 is the crowded beaches. There are a lot of people that want to come to Florida to be able to relax on the beach. However, the Gulf Breeze area is a popular tourist destination, so its beautiful beaches can get pretty crowded. We have Navarre Beach, Pensacola Beach, there's Fort Walton Beach, where there's Okaloosa Island, which is also down the street from Destin. So there's just the entire Emerald Coast is just lined with beautiful beaches that everybody loves to come visit. So during the spring and summertime, it can get pretty crowded, but we can also help you find some hidden gems for a more peaceful beach experience. It's just a matter of time before those hidden gems become exposed, and those will be crowded as well. There are a lot of private beaches in the area, so if you are looking for a condo, most of them do have its private beach. Most of those do have a private beach section on the beach, or if you are even across the street from the beach, most areas do have the deeded access to get over to the beach. Again, this is another time where it's convenient to have an electric scooter of some sort, or maybe even a golf cart, because a lot of the parking areas can get filled up during the peak season where the crowd is just flocking over to the beach. So be prepared to share the beach with tons of other people just trying to soak up the Florida sun just like you. And the eighth worst thing about living in Gulf Breeze is the flood risk. That kind of takes me back to the discussion about the hurricanes. Even if we don't get a direct hit, there could be a potential flooding because of all the rain over a course of days when the storm is just slowly moving through, or you might end up buying property that is located in a flood zone. So you definitely want to make sure you have flood insurance. Even if the property is not in a flood zone, we do recommend you getting flood insurance. Better safe than sorry. A lot of people actually think that the entire state of Florida is a flood zone. I mean, you're kind of not wrong, but however, there are areas where it is sitting up higher, the elevation is higher, so you're not necessarily in a flood risk. But we do have a lot of buyers that do want to avoid living in a flood zone. So if that is a concern for you, we always make sure we look into that information when you're considering buying a home, just to see where that home falls and if it is located in a flood zone, or if you should definitely consider that flood insurance, even if it's not in a flood zone. So when we do have storms come to the area and there is a chance of flooding in certain neighborhoods, then we definitely recommend prepping your home to avoid water intrusion, such as getting your sandbags out. Make sure that your windows are working properly and they are closed and sealed properly to avoid water intrusion. Definitely want to make sure that your roof is free of leaks, which is why it's very important that you do get a home inspection when purchasing a home, just to make sure that there are no issues that can be a major pain in the butt later on. Number 9 is the traffic congestion. I did mention that this is a popular tourist destination, so a lot of people do like to come to the area to enjoy the beaches at the same time. So with the tourists and the locals together all at the same time, the roads can get a little crowded, which is to be expected. So if you are coming from a small town with no traffic lights, maybe a stop sign at an intersection, then this will definitely be a different scene for you. However, it's not as bad as the bigger cities like DC or Atlanta or New York City, but because there is the one main road that cuts through all of our major cities down here in the Panhandle, that main road can get pretty crowded because people are commuting the same directions at the same time, trying to get to the same places, especially during rush hour or when people are trying to get to work. We do have military bases in the area and tons of great schools. So when school is in session, you have to watch out for those school zones. But we just want you to be safe and be patient when you are stuck in the traffic. So in conclusion, while Gulf Breeze has its challenges, it also offers incredible opportunities. And as your real estate agent, I'm here to guide you through the process, find the right home for your needs, and make your transition as smooth and enjoyable as possible. So how do I do that, you asked? Well, I have extensive local knowledge and a network of professionals to assist you at every step of the way. So whether you're a first-time home buyer or experienced in real estate, my goal is to help make your Gulf Breeze experience as smooth and stress-free as possible. We have access to a wide range of property listings, ensuring that we find you the right home. We can help negotiate on your behalf to get you the best possible deal. We'll guide you through the inspection process and ensure that you are making a wise investment. We do stay updated on local market trends to help you make informed decisions. We also handle a lot of that crazy paperwork to help make this process stress-free as well. And we can connect you with trusted local services, from movers to contractors. Whatever you need, we'll be able to refer you to people that we trust. So just keep in mind that your unique needs and preferences are our priority. Our support does not end at closing. We assist you even after you move in, just to make sure that you settle in nicely and enjoy becoming one of the local residents here. So again, despite the challenges of living in Gulf Breeze, Florida, I'm here to make your home buying journey as fun as possible. So if you're considering moving to this beautiful area, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Just give us a call, text, or email so we can help find your dream home. If you found this video to be informative, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more real estate tips and insight. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.